Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing this Durga Puja inspired look. I hope you enjoy it. Last week I did a Navratri, more of a Garba Dandiya inspired look. Navratri is coming up, so I said, hey, why not include a lot more festive looks? So do expect a lot more festive, colorful looks from me. Those are coming up in the coming days. If you want to be notified of these looks, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell button right next to the subscribe button. And without wasting much time, let's get started on this tutorial. I'm starting off with my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Dipro pomade in ebony to fill in just the sparse areas. I'm going to maintain the natural shape of my brows, so I'm going to flow with my natural shape. I'm not going to fill in too much to make it any thicker or anything. I already have very thick eyebrows. And to maintain the shape in place, I'm going to be using this brow shaping gel. This is the clear gel from Milani. To clean up the borders of my brows, I'm going to be using some concealer, and with this flat brush, I'm just going to go around my brows. To prime my face, I'm using the Instant Age Rewind Primer from Maybelline. I love this product. It's my favorite drugstore primer. I just like the fact that it's clear and it's very Vaseline-like consistency, and it makes it very easy for anything to flow over it. It's so smooth. Also, just keep in mind that before I prime my face, I definitely use a moisturizer just to give that double smoothness before I apply any foundation over it. And of course, I had to use my favorite foundation, my favorite drugstore foundation. I've tried so many different foundations, but this is my favorite. This is the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, and I'm going to be applying this with the Sigma Kabuki brush. To hide my dark circles as well as dark spots or any scars on my face, I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal. I'm not a big fan of color correction, so if you're into it, go for it, but I usually go straight up with the concealer. I don't necessarily have so much of a problem with under eye dark circles or very dark spots. If you do, I would definitely recommend color correcting before you use the concealer. While my concealer also acts as a highlighter, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild MegaGlo contour stick to cream contour my face. I'm definitely going to be using a powder contour over this later on, but for now I'm going to be using this cream contour to use it in the hollows of my face, just to make my face look smaller. And I'm going to start blending everything in with a stippling brush. On a side note, anytime you use a thick product on your face, like a thick concealer or a cream contour, always try to blend it out with a kabuki brush or a stippling brush. It just blends out better than using a sponge or a beauty blender. It's just the way it's designed, I guess. And then if you're using a thinner product on your face, like a light coverage foundation, always try to blend it out with a beauty blender or a sponge as opposed to a brush, because if you use a brush, the lines from the bristles of the brush show up when you use a thinner product on your face. To set the concealer on my face, I'm going to be using this Artistry loose powder. I believe it's called the Exact Fit loose powder. And to apply it, I'm going to be using this Sigma brush. And the reason you set your concealer is because if you don't, then it starts creasing because it's a thick cream-like consistency. And if you especially have wrinkles, it tends to settle in your wrinkles and makes the lines look harsh. So before your concealer dries, set it with a translucent powder. I'm going to let the translucent powder on my face sit there and bake for a bit, and then I'm going to be using the Smashbox press powder to buff everything in on my face and bring all the colors together so it looks like one face, but with dimension, as opposed to one face with different colors, or a colorful face. To intensify the contour on my face, I'm going to be using the powder contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I believe this is the light to medium kit. And I'm going to be choosing the color Fawn because it has a gray undertone. This is the only one that has a gray undertone in this kit. Others have more of a yellow undertone and they're more brownish in color. Well, if you observe shadows, they have a gray undertone, and you want the shadows casted on your face to look as close to a natural shadow as possible. So I'm going to choose this color and I'm going to go all around my face in areas where I use the cream contour. To intensify the contour right under my cheekbones, I'm going to be using the color Banana right under my contour just to give my face a more chiseled look. I'm not going to be using a bronzer today, but I am using a blush, and this one's from Wet n Wild. It's their Color Icon blush in Pearlescent pink. And I'm also going to be using the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in Precious Petals just to bring in some light on my face. To prime my lids, I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. You can use any eyeshadow primer or you can use a concealer, but make sure you set it with a translucent powder or any bone color eyeshadow just to stop it from creasing. From my Smashbox Full Exposure palette, I'm first taking this light shimmer color and I'm going to be using this to highlight my brow bones. I'm going to be using this dark brown color as my transition color. A transition color is a color that kind of blends in under your brows with your lids, so it kind of acts as in-between color, just so everything looks well blended and there's no sharp edges, and that's why you use the transition color. So I'm going to be taking a large brush. This is from e.l.f. This is actually their concealer brush, but I'm using it as a blending brush to swipe it right across my crease. With this light gold color, I'm going to start cutting my crease and filling in my lid. It's not going to be a very harsh cut crease, so I'm not going to be using a concealer or anything like that. I'm just going to be working with these shadows. Next, to add some pizzazz to my eyelids, I'm going to be using this NYX glitter in gold. This is closest to gold that they have. And I'm going to be mixing it with the NYX Multitasker Mixing Medium before I start dabbing it on my eyelids. Once you've covered your eyelids with this glitter, let it sit there for a couple minutes. Keep your eyes shut and let it dry. It takes about 2 minutes to dry. Please don't open your eyes for those 2 minutes, otherwise it might just settle in lines on your lids and that wouldn't look that pretty and you might never be able to close your eyelids again. I'm just trying to be dramatic, but no, keep your eyes closed and just let it dry. Next, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in black to first draw in my waterline, and I'm going to be using the brush that they provided with the gel liner. And then I'm going to be taking a thicker liner brush and I'm going to start smudging my lower lash line area. So I'm not going to take any extra product or anything. I'm just going to start smudging the liner that I used in my waterline. Taking back the brush that they provided, I'm going to pull out a small wing in the corner of my eyes. I'm not going to line my entire top lash line. I'm just going to pull out a wing at the very end. To set the gel liner, I'm going to be using some black eyeshadow from the same palette, and to do this I'm going to be using this flat definer brush. I believe this is from the Naked 3 Urban Decay brush set. Next, I decided to use the gel liner in my inner corner as well, and initially I thought I'll just use it in the waterline, but then I decided to exaggerate it in the inner corner as well. I'm going to be using a tiny amount of black eyeshadow in the outer corner as well, just to intensify the outer V. Next, I'm curling my lashes and applying mascara before I use my falsies. Now these falsies, I don't know which ones these are. These look so pretty. I just found it in my makeup stash, and it doesn't have a name, and I tried to look it up on this box as well and I couldn't find it. So if you guys know which ones these are or can guess, do let me know in the comments below. I very much appreciate that. But as of now, it has no name and I'm going to use it anyway because these are so damn pretty. On my lips, I'm using a metallic color today. This is the Milani Lip Cream in Maybelline Love. This is a beautiful red color. I would highly recommend using anything related to red, either metallic or matte. It's totally up to you. I know you might say the eyes are pretty intense and you might probably want to do a nude color, but usually for Durga Puja, I believe, especially for Sindur Khela, you're going to be wearing a white sari with red borders. So just having this whole look together with a red lipstick makes so much more sense than using a nude or a light color lipstick. Finally, I always end up applying mascara to my lower lashes at the very end, just so I don't smudge it under my eyes. A tip for you if you're like me who smudges mascara under your eyes is use some translucent powder just under your eyes after you apply the mascara, just so the mascara stays put, and even if it gets on your skin, it's easier to wipe it off later. And this is it, you guys. I changed behind cameras and here's my bindi, my jewelry, my sindoor. I hope you like the way this look came together. Do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to tune in next week because it's giveaway week, and don't forget to enter my giveaway. Until next time, you take care and I will see you next Wednesday with a brand new tutorial. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video, as well as follow me on social media. Until next time, bye-bye.